What's good, y'all? It's your guy Makai. Welcome back to my channel. Make sure you subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so I really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. And today we're going to be talking about Trae Young and just how I think the disrespect on him has gotten a little out of hand. I feel like, because of him wanting to be the villain and him, mostly his personality, I feel like people are kind of dragging it when it comes to, diminishing his game. But Trae Young is honestly probably one of the best guards in the East, if not the best guard in the East. And he's just a really special playmaker. He's a really special just offensive engine. And, people call into question, his efficiency. He's 57% true shooting, 42% from the field, I think, like 30% from three this year. But when you have to carry so much of the load that he has to carry and just run so much of the offense, it makes sense that your efficiency is going to dip compared to somebody who's not, having as high as a usage rate as you are. So I just want to talk about Trae Young and just all the special thing he does and just how great of a player he is. Trae averaged 26 and 10 this season, and it was just doing stuff like this. Here we see him, he's going to get a switch, and then he's just going to drive all the way down and then get the nice little floater. His floater is a really great counter to having, being so small and being able to get into the paint. His floater just is a really great tool. We see he just dances with Javon Carter there. Really strong handle, can really shoot the three really well. Great at creating his own shot, as we all know. Here, he's just going to snatch, roll Agnes, snatch it back, step back for the three and knock it down. Great stuff from Trae right there. And then here he has Emmanuel quickly on him, and he's just going to look and get the screen from Capella. And then he's getting downhill, and he's just going to walk right into the little floater runner. Great stuff right there from Trae. Here, once again, gets the screen, forces the switch, and he's just going to have Sam Hauser on the island. Just step back for the three. So when Trae gets that switch, it's going to be, a showdown, and he's just able to cook a lot of people. And then here on this play, we see him one-on-one once again, and then he's just going to go right by his man and get right to the floater. Don't even give Gafford a chance to get in that play and block it. Just great use of the floater right there. Here, I love the way he can just manipulate himself and just get himself open in the mid-range. Nice little crossover after the shake. Here, Alex Caruso is on him. He's taking the bumps. Trae is underrated because he does take a lot of contact when getting to the rim because he's so small. But the way he's able to just stay on balance and get that floater is really great. Here, he's going to drive right past Scotty Barnes. And then look at the great finish right there. A little up and under. Great stuff right there from Trae Young. You love to see a finish like that from a small guard, finishing amongst the trees in the paint. And then here, we're going to see him get a screen from John Collins. And then once again, gets right to the floater. A lot of Trae Young's offensive floaters. I think he shot like 50% on floaters this year, or something insane like that. He's a really good floater shooter, but sometimes he can just outright get to the paint, drive past guys, and get to the layup like he did right there. Great stuff right there from Trae. And then here, he's going to get a little bump screen from DeAndre Hunter. And since Al Horford is in drop, he's able to counter and knock down the mid-range jumper. Great stuff right there from Trae Young. Here, Trae Young gets the steal, and then we're going to see him in transition. He's just bringing the ball up. Going to get a little slip screen from Capella. And they're so worried about the roll that Trae is able to just run right into the floater. Great stuff right there. Here, we see he's just really good at drawing fouls as well. He gets a lot of free throws, and I feel like this part of his game is the part that a lot of people hate. But because if you're going to be so small, you have to find a way to give yourself a little bit of an advantage. And he's able to really manipulate guys into fouling him and really gets to the free throw line. But here, once again, we're getting back into the scoring. We just see the great handle and just the great, craft that he has offensively as he just cooked the idea right there. Here, he's just going to drive right by Fred VanVleet and then just get the little scoop layup to go as Scotty Barnes try to block it. Great touch right there. As you know, Trae Young has elite touch. And then here on this play, just going to do a little crossover and stop on the dime, knock down the mid-range shot in front of De'Aaron Fox. Great stuff right there. And then here, we're just going to see him after a little hezzy. Just look at how high he gets the floater off and just is able to kiss it softly off the glass. Great stuff right there from Trae Young. And then here we see him, and he's going to get a little screen from Bojan that forces the switch. After a little hesitation, he blows right by Keegan Murray, and then he's able to get the little fancy finish at the rim and one. Great stuff right there from Trae Young. And then here on this play, we're going to see Trae Young run and catch the ball. And here he is one-on-one with Kevin Knox. And he's just so small and just so quick. He just speeds right past him off the triple threat. Doesn't even need to take many dribbles. And he's able to finish around Jalen Duren. Great stuff. Once again, he gets the switch right here. He's just going to cross him over, do a little hezzy. And then he's able to stop on a dime and just put it right out of the reach of Robert Williams. That just shows off the great touch and the great patience that he has. Just really great stuff. Here he just gets right to the mid-range. Once again, attacking drop coverage. Great stuff right there from Trae. As you know, we've come to see during these clips. Great stuff. Great moves right there. And then here, he's just going to show off the range. Trae Young is obviously not Steph Curry, but He occasionally can pull from really far and just knock it down. He's a pretty good shooter, I feel like. Great stuff right there from Trae. And then here, he's going to reject the screen. And then once again, just get to the floater. The floater is just such a dangerous option for him because if he's able to get into the paint, his range is just so expanded there. He doesn't have to force shots up at the rim against taller guys. And then, you know, when he can't get to the paint, he can burn you with outside jumpers like that. Really, really great stuff right there from Trae. And then here we're going to see him get a screen from Onyeka. And then he's just going to, once again, get a floater up after taking a lot of contact. So Trae Young, tougher than a lot of people give him credit for. Just great stuff right there. Here, he gets the ball back. Here he's one-on-one with Emmanuel quickly. He's just going to drive right by him and then get the little and one to go. Great stuff right there. You just see the speed and the touch that Trae Young possesses. And then here on this play, he's going to get a little off-ball screen from Onyeka. And just look at that great wraparound pass. This is the other part of Trae's game that is really, really special. 10.2 assists per game this year. And he's just really great at passing the ball, especially for guys, you know, his size. Like you see he, you know, escaped the trap right there and then threw an off-handed pass right on the money. Great stuff right there from Trae. And then here on this play, he calls for the screen from Collins. They don't even, you know, worry about Collins. So he just does a little nice left-hand pass for the Collins layup. Great stuff right there. Here, crosses a man over, and then just look at how he's just able to get this right into the DeJounte Murray's shooting pocket. Great stuff right there. Great on-the-move pass. Great pass to the, you know, opposite end of the court. Just great stuff right there. And then here on this play, he's bringing the ball up. He's going to get a little no-look lob to go. And Trae Young is just really, really good at throwing lobs. And because his floater is so deadly, defenders have to worry about if it's a floater or if it's a lob. Here we see how he just has Nikola Vucevic step up, and then that forces him to throw the lob up to Onyeka Okongwu. Just great stuff right there from Trae. Here, the guy doesn't bite on the pump fake, so Trae's just going to roll right by him, force the help, and then just it's easy pickings at the rim for his teammate. And then here on this play, we see Trae Young. He manipulates the guy to go to Herter to think he's going to pass it to Herter, and then he just forces the pass to the corner to John Collins. Just great stuff right there. And he did all that just in a, you know, a split decision, split thinking. Great stuff right there to trick Najee Marshall. And then here on this play, we see once again, they're committing too many people to Trae Young, which you have to do sometimes, so he just finds his teammate. Great stuff right there. And then here on this play, once again, he's getting downhill. He forces the guy to help, and then he just throws the lob right up to the rim. So we just see the kind of quality shots that he creates for his teammates, as we see the great outlet pass from Trae Young right there. But we just see how he just forces defenders to have to help out, and this just creates easy looks for his teammates. Here, this is a crazy mid-air pass, right on the money to the corner. Really great kind of bullet pass in mid-air. Really tough to pull off, especially at Trae Young's size. Just great stuff right there. And then here on this play, once again, keeping Jalen Duren engaged in the pick and roll, keeping the dribble alive, and then he's able to throw the lob. And then here on this play, he just never gives up his dribble. He just keeps fighting. And then in a split second, he throws a lob up, and then Clint Capella is able to finish that. So yeah, Trae Young, one of the NBA's best playmakers, one of the best combo guards, if you want to say that, one of the best, you know, I feel like offensive engines in the NBA. And I just really like how he's able to just shoulder a lot of the offensive load, and it doesn't really bring him down like that. He's still able to create a lot of quality wins for the Hawks, and he just creates a lot of easy shots for everybody else. You know, obviously you want to see him develop more of an off-ball game so he can, you know, be more used to having good teammates in the future. But as of right now, I don't think anybody on the Hawks can, you know, warrant him having the ball less. So I think Trae Young's doing a great job. Really strong handle, really special passer to be his size. Like, I feel like that's the underrated part of Trae Young. He's not that big, but he's still able to play his game and not really be affected by size much. It's very rare that you see Trae Young's size, you know, work against him in an NBA game. But yeah, Trae Young, 26 points per game this year, 10 assists per game. Just great stuff from Trae Young right there. And, you know, if you stayed to this video, thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one.